yo, I'm the flyest motherfucker at the kickback. Not a competition, little boy with a wrist that. Meet me in the bathroom, I don't want to chit chat. She not a boyfriend, heard he got a...
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kickback podcast. My name is Joan. Today, we are in my bedroom. We were supposed to go outside, but what was it? What was it the thing that made us go outside or come back inside? Well, one, the microphone got unplugged and everything stopped recording. Two, it's really bright. It was it was really bright outside. It's supposed to be fall, but for some reason California decided to say, "Hey, you know what would be really, really good today? Heat." I'm gonna give you guys a sunny one. And I mean, I appreciate the sun. I appreciate its warmth. I appreciate it being a big, gigantic sphere a million miles away from the planet Earth. But hey, I wanted it to be a little colder. I wanted to wear a hoodie. I wanted to be a little cozy, you know? But it wasn't it. Today's podcast is going to be an interesting one because I'm learning again how to speak to cameras, practicing just like last time, practicing my speech, practicing being in front of my camera and doing the things that I normally do. I meant to record this beforehand, but one, it's still a little bit hard trying to find the right words to use. There's like, I got a runny nose like once this episode started recording. Like it's something spicy. Anyways, I had already recorded this episode once, but same thing. The freaking microphone decided to unplug itself, and I was like, I'm not happy with this. I don't like this. Let's try it again. And that's what it's really is about. It's about those repetitions, those practices. You can't always shoot everything in the first take when you're first starting out, you know? When I used to do film work, we would always, even if the first take was amazing, we always try doing it again and doing it again and doing it again. At least like 3 more times, just that for sure we have other takes that we could use. And this is basically what it is, except it's not really a take. It's just another try at podcasting for an hour. I'm barely 2 minutes in, 2 minutes and 54 seconds to the podcast recording, and I'm already like kind of struggling a little bit. I just don't know the direction that I want to take these episodes on. It's so interesting. Like, I don't know how some people can just sit in front of a camera and talk for a very, very long time. I don't know how people can have a conversation now, like in 2023, have a conversation now and talk forever. I'm talking like on and on and on and on and be like fully engaged in that conversation. I feel like we lost a lot of that. I lost a lot about that. I don't really like communicate with many people on a day-to-day basis. Like in years of society that I like to refer to, when I was like actually going out and going to different places and talking to different people on a daily basis, you know, you get that like, yeah, I'm part of the, you know, this is, I don't know, you feel more human, you feel more present and aware of where you're standing with everybody, you know. It's, you feel more natural. It's like, yeah, I may not be in the position that they're in, or that they're in, but they're also not in the position that I'm at. And I feel good about what I'm doing, you know, when I was in college or high school or anything like that. But now I feel like I've gone through like the most isolationist period era of my life, and it's slowly coming to an end. I feel myself coming out of my cocoon, if you will. I was going through a metamorphosis. Hold on, I need a for real sneeze or something because this thing. Okay, I am back. Okay, as I was saying, it's like if I was going through a metamorphosis, you know, where I'm coming out of this cocoon that I've encapsulated myself throughout my evolution time period of just liquefying myself and, you know, transforming into something completely different. I feel like I'm starting to either I'm starting that cycle or I'm coming out of that cycle to become the butterfly that I can flourish and be and fly everywhere and be fucking beautiful and whatever. But I've felt that I've been in this like cocoon. I don't know if the microphone sounds weird too. Oh my god, whatever. I think I just ate some popcorn like in between the last take that I did or the last try that I did and I compared to now, and I feel like the popcorn's fighting back. It's like I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, coming out of the cocoon. Like I don't know, I've become this like shell of myself, I would say, and I don't really know how to express myself fully or think in the way that I used to think, where I felt, just to simplify the words, unstoppable. I felt great. Like, even if the world was going in a different place, even if I was doing the opposite that a lot of other people were doing, I felt confident in myself about what I was doing, about my work, about my project, about my life. I felt good, you know? And I think that over the years, I've slowly lost that just because it was a huge transition from what I was or where I was, and compared to now of who I am and where I am. It's like the entire world turned upside down, both in the world itself and in my world too. You know, everything is fucking different. So I guess over the years, I've just lost myself in a way, but I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm trying to find my most authentic self, not what I am on the internet or what I am in the eyes of other people, or who I want to be like, where I'm constantly like thinking something that somebody else thought, even though that's literally what all your knowledge is. It's just thoughts. But I feel like I haven't been too in touch with myself fully, in a way, if you get what I mean. Just going back to the basics, going back to the roots of who I am, you know? That's what I've been focusing all week long. It's Friday today. Monday started off kind of like that. I think it was Monday or earlier. I want to say either Monday or Saturday of last week. So it's been around a week since I've been like, well, it's been longer, but the mentality wise, it's been like a week. I've been trying to go back to my roots a little bit more. It's very, I don't know, I feel like I've changed a lot, but I don't like this person, or I'm not really particularly proud of being this person that I am now. And I know that it's not going to come overnight. I know that it's going to take some time, some work to do within myself or within the craft that I'm doing, but it will be done. And that's all I can shoot for. I'm learning a lot about just unplugging myself, especially from social media. I haven't been on social media in the past like 2 or 3 days. And let me tell you, like just these past 3 days, for me, it may be a little bit different if you were to do it, but for me, it feels like a huge relief. The only social media that I've been using is YouTube, and that's where I belong. You know, YouTube has always been my social media, not Instagram, not TikTok, not Pinterest, not Twitter, not Nextdoor, not Facebook, not Snapchat. What else? Not, well, Twitch was there, but I don't even use Twitch. I don't use Twitch at all. I don't remember the last time I typed in www.twitch.tv or opened the app. I just have it on my phone. Like, how many social medias do we need? I've been thinking a lot about social media and how like bad I've wanted to unplug myself from it. not completely, because there is a lot of amazing things to look at on social media, but when you're constantly feeding yourself things from people you don't even know from all around the world that may or may not have any value or benefit or any relativeness to your life, and it just starts becoming part of your life, or sets you an expectation of a way that you would want to be, just because you saw somebody else telling you that they live this way, or that they do things this way, or that they think this way. It's always something behind it. So yeah, just stepping back a lot from social media, because I really want to find my super creative, my inner self, I guess you could say, just the person who I really, really am, or focus on things that I used to do that I never really did before, or no, that I used to always do that I don't really do anymore now. So, for example, as a kid, I would see something, but like, I'll just take jujitsu into example. When I was in jiu-jitsu, I saw people that were a lot better than me. When I got there was people beating me left and right. And I knew that I wanted to be able to win, to beat them, to actually compete, to hold my own. And it was very frustrating, but it was just showing up every single day to the jiu-jitsu gym and trying my best every single time that I went and that I got that training in. I don't think you really push yourself all that much when you're older, because when you're a kid, you're getting pushed by your parents, to keep trying your best. You're getting pushed by your friends to keep up and keep trying your best. Luckily I have the most amazing friends in the world who I think they're great. I think they're fucking fantastic. So I wrote that down too, because I'll get into that actually. Let's just start that now. So, the root stuff, right? There's this thing called your shadow self. And it's this whole idea by this psychologist named Carl Jung. And he would study your subconscious. He would study dreams. He would study this thing that he called your shadow self. And that everyone has it. You look right there, you can see that you have a shadow. It's always following you. It's always there. You may not notice it all that much. Who was that? Oh, it's the FedEx truck. You may not notice it often, but it's always there and it follows you wherever you go. So I was looking more into that a little bit, and I saw somebody, she was talking about like how to find the confidence within yourself again, and just not really give a fuck, and just kind of remember in a way the person that you want to be, right? But in order to know who you want to be, you have to kind of have to take a step back and find out who you once were, with questions that you don't really ask yourself that are super, super simple. So the first question that I did, because I heard about these shadow work prompts, which is basically a prompt or a question that you answer on a journal. You can answer it in a video. You can answer it with a song. But you answer a question about yourself that you haven't really put much time to answer. So you might find something new about yourself, or make sense about something within yourself. Something that, again, you haven't paid too much attention to. So the first question, I did two. I did one day, and the second the next day. I haven't done my third one today, but I'm gonna do one today. The first question I answered was, what were some of the values that you were brought up with in life? And I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. Values, morality. Yeah, that's what makes you, what kind of person you are. And I was like, okay, well, what were some of the values that I was brought up with? Be respectful to everyone that comes across you. Yeah, I'm always respectful. That's me. I'm super respectful. Don't steal. Still don't steal. So it's kind of ludicrous when I see these videos online on social media of people going into stores and looting like crazy. Where are their parents? My parents would have whooped my ass. Where's the accountability? You know? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Okay, well, at least I don't steal. I don't steal. I'm still living up to that value. Be disciplined. Oof. I've lost that one. Discipline. Dude, I swear there's something in my... Okay. I think I can talk better now. I don't know. Note to self. Do not eat popcorn before podcasting. Because it's going to fuck with you. Alright. So. Discipline. I feel that I was very disciplined when I was growing up. And I'm not talking like I was getting hit or some shit. No, I was being taught to show up for myself. You know, discipline. Do the things that you don't want to do and do them like you like to do them. That's what discipline is. Mike Tyson said that. Yeah, discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do, but then doing them like you love it. Maybe when it came from Mike Tyson, afterwards, maybe not the best person to hear that from. But yeah, you know, you don't want to go to the gym every day. Who wants to go to the gym every day? After you become disciplined, after you start practicing the discipline within you, you end up wanting to go to the gym. You become this disciplined person and you just start doing it. You start doing it and you don't even think about doing it. But in the beginning, you're like, oh, I don't even want to go to the gym today. That's just you being lazy. Staying comfortable. Not pushing yourself. Not being disciplined. I was very disciplined as a kid. You know, I would get home. I would do my homework. I would eat. I would go to jiu-jitsu. Come back. Draw. Watch YouTube. Shower. Whoa, did I just recall my entire time when I was like in 6th grade? That's literally what I would do all the time. Yeah. Wake up, get ready for school, go to school, come back from school, eat, go to jiu-jitsu, come back from jiu-jitsu, draw again, draw some more, watch some videos, take a shower, get ready for bed. Dinner between those drawings or something. I don't know. It was super simple, but you had a structure to your life that was put in front of you, and it was super simple to follow. But I think that as you get older, you have to set your own structure to your own life. And if you feel it by doing things that you don't want to do a lot, like I'm talking like actual things that you really, really don't want to do. Like, for me personally, like getting a job, I'm just not that kind of person who can go and work at a job all day. I know that there's people out there and you guys are freaking troopers. But me personally, I had to hiccup or something. Yawn. That's what it was. Yep. But for me personally, I'm not the type of person that can sit at a workplace and just sit there or stand there or just be there all day long just for a paycheck. Like, I cannot bearably do that. My mind does not work that way. I need to be creating something. And that's something that I remembered. Because there's times where I do doubt myself where I'm like, maybe I should just go and get a job. You know, so I can stop my worry about, oh, will I have enough money? Oh, will I be able to pay this? Oh, you know, every single little doubt, every single fear that you know is heading your way, but you're trying your best to avoid, and not even avoid, just not to be consumed by fear. You know, so this is what I do. You know, the discipline. That's what I have within me. That's something that I think everyone has within themselves. You have a lot of discipline. You know the things that you have to do, and you just know that you have to go and do it. No ands, ifs, or buts. You just get up and do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like we overthink things a lot, that we doubt within ourselves a lot when it comes to doing things that you actually like to do, things that are actually beneficial to you. Working out. I don't know who came up with the idea that working out or doing exercise is an optional thing. Well, I don't really like to exercise. Well, it's not about liking it. It's about you have to do it in order to be healthy, in order to live a long life, a healthy life, to be able to move around, to be able to look good and feel good, you know? I think the discipline in the world, I don't know how kids are doing now, because I'm not a kid anymore. So I don't know how this next generation is going, but I don't see it being the greatest right now, because I don't know, there's no I don't know how to describe it. Like, some kids aren't really being raised through the principles that are being taught by their parents, but it's just like, all right, here, be distracted. You're distracted the entire time, and whatever you learn through those distractions is what is going to make you. You know, whatever the world feeds you, you're taking that. Not me. Like, when I was growing up, it was whatever I set myself out to go and learn within me. You know, drawing, jiu-jitsu. What else did I do? Videography, photography. You know, I went to go and look for that research. And that's what I've been getting a lot from social media, that it's more of not really you going out to look for the research. It's more like it's feeding you and you're full. You're so full of information, of ideas, of knowledge, of people that really don't mean anything to your life. They have no relativeness to your life, to your perception of reality. So you're being overwhelmed. Overstimulated is a word that I've heard a lot more often. You know, at least within me, and in the book that I've been reading, it says that you need to look within yourself and be open to receiving information given to you upon the universe or through God. You know how people say, like, oh, God told me. He told me that I should go over here and that I should do this. There's just something within me that told me. For real, for real. That's what it is. It's like a frequency that you have to be in. You know, you have to be part of that vibration in order to receive that information, that idea from the universe. And as an artist, being able to do that and then making work out of it and then sharing it with everyone, that's the thing that changes the world. Your imagination, your creativity, that's what really makes the changes in the world. I mean, think about it. Think about the time periods before any of this. I'm talking Renaissance, Neo-Castilian, I think it's called, some shit like that. But those type of paintings with a lot of detail, a lot of information. Like, how does somebody just go and paint something like that? It's because those great artists needed to shut off everything else around them and just focus on where they are at in the present, around them. Not like around them, the entire world. I'm talking around them in their world, you know? I think we've gotten the two confused, that the world is so big, but it feels so small because you have the world at your fingertips. So when I was thinking, what is some art that changed the world recently, or the most recent artwork that has changed the world? And I was thinking of paintings, I was thinking of songs, I was thinking of so many different things. I was like, yeah, that did some impact. Yeah, that did something. That one's good. That's a really good piece of art. The Beatles, yeah. I like it. Yeah, Oh, okay. Hip hop, nice. That was cool. Yeah. And then I looked at my phone. This is the artwork, the creation of somebody that changed the world. This right here. This gives us the world at our fingertips, and it's both a blessing and a curse. That's how I would like to refer to it, because it's really cool. You get to learn so many different things at your disposal, so much knowledge, so much education, so much experience, so many ideas, so many forms of art, of creation, all right there at a swipe, at a click of a tap of a screen. You know what I mean? It's all right there. But when you're constantly being overfed, it's like when you're eating. You're already full, bro. Why are you eating even more? It's because this food is so good. This food tastes so good. I want to keep eating. That's gluttony. Dang. Connecting the dots live on podcast? Crazy. But that's what it is. You're already on social media. You're getting fed these ideas, wasting some time, being distracted, not really thinking what you're gonna make, but rather what everyone else is making that you should make like. I'm just trying to be more present with myself and my reality. Acknowledge my own existence, acknowledge my own reality of the person that I am and the person who I want to become. You know, not the person I want to become because I saw somebody else become that person, but the person I want to become within just me. So I'm stepping away from like social media a little bit, just backing up. I'm not saying that I'm like super strict on it, where I'm like, no social media for 30 days straight. Like, I cannot open any fucking app. I cannot waste any time. If I even do 1 second of social media, the world's gonna explode. No, like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of all of it. And I really come down to that. I'm exhausted of just all the short form content, all the information that has nothing to do with me, that evokes an emotion within everyone. People responding to other people in ways that people shouldn't be responding to other people in, because in reality, you get the bitch smacked out of you. You know, I don't know. It's gotten reality confused with, is this reality or is this reality? Whoa, you guys want to know something crazy? This past weekend on Saturday was a chill day. Let's just start with that, present tense. I don't know if I've jumped over some ideas or topics that I was going to talk about, but this just came to mind. This Saturday, again, want to be as present as can be. I want to just be able to chill sometimes, you know, not worry all the damn time, not be so stressed about what I gotta do or what I got to do, what I have to do, not what I get to do. So on Saturday, I decided to just chill. I decided to just kick it with my dad. We were just chilling, watching TV. We were in our pajamas, took a nap, you know, super relaxing. I was like, this is nice. Feels super restful. I can breathe. And so we watched Black Mirror, and that scared the fuck out of me. I started off with like the latest season. I started off with the latest season, episode 1, and it shows that this girl who is kind of awful, it's like if video cameras were just set around me everywhere that I went. Either if I was driving on my way to work and whatever I was saying or singing on the radio, or if I was writing something down, it just snitched all of my information, everything that I've been saying. And low key, it's happening. All the shit that you're saying is on here. You're constantly being regulated. So all of her information, all of her life is being showcasted on a streaming service like Netflix, except it's called Streamberry. And yeah, it's terrible. It's like you're constantly being monitored, and now you don't really understand the reality of the person that you are, just what you think you are. You don't really embrace yourself to your own existence in a way. But that show was freaking me out. A lot of the things that I was seeing at that, it's like this could happen in a dystopia, you know, if it really got that bad. And I can see how we could be headed there, but again, not really focusing too much on that. But it got me tripping. I was like, damn, because afterwards, she's noticing that they're making a whole TV show about her life, but then they're like, oh, you're in a TV show for this other person, and they're in a TV show for this other actor, and this person's in it's just a constant loop where you don't even know what reality is. And the only way that she was able to break out of that system was by breaking the computer itself. And in a way, metaphorically, that's what I'm doing. It's like I'm stepping away from the whole internet, social media, especially the social media part. Like YouTube is cool, but YouTube was cool before social media was cool. I'm gonna be honest, at least in my case. YouTube is just an exception for me. But even so, like, a lot of the videos that are being put on YouTube, they're not really real anymore. You know, I like YouTube because it was actually like content creators creating content that they really, really want to do. They're not really focused on like, all right, this new video is going to get us attraction and money. It's not like it got too infiltrated by the whole business side of being a content creator, of creating videos for people to watch, social media, the artificialness. It got too overwhelmed, oversaturated, overstimulated. So when I go on YouTube, at least one, I get to choose what I'm going to watch. Two, the things that I'm watching are actually beneficial to me. You know, I put them in front of me, and I'm enjoying all the information that's getting into my mind. Sometimes, like, I'm gonna go on TikTok right now, and I'm gonna describe the video that I see. The first video I see, okay? Let's go. Next one. Okay. Oh, that's an ad. TikTok live _US. What is it? All right. It's a person in traffic. Person in traffic. They're just sitting in traffic. Next. Cheap versus expensive. We have $3 grapes. They're in the pot. They're making a podcast in the library. I've seen this channel before. The Library Show. Really, really good channel. Very funny. I think that's his dad. That fool was hilarious. But, and it's cool. Like, I'm not saying that these people that you see on the internet are bad, or that, you know, anything like that. Anything to make them look in the wrong light or be seen in the wrong light. I'm just saying, like, these people in our reality have nothing to do with you. And if you're trying to be on these social media sites, you're going to be constantly comparing yourself to these people and the way they're living, the way they are acting, the things that they are doing. Like the podcast. Oh, like, I'm a podcaster, all right? This is what I do now. And that's what I'm really trying to embrace, which is why I want to be making these episodes, just practicing in front of the camera. I'm a podcaster myself. But when I look at these other podcasts and the way they're doing their things, I'm like, I had to do it the way they do it because that's the way it works. If I want to put a podcast clip up, I had to put boom, 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 with all these transitions and all these texts and all these colors and all these sound effects and explosions and pops and you know, all these fucking effects that my brain is just over it. You know, it's not the way my brain is working. So I think I'm gonna get that idea out of how everyone else works on social media and just do it the way that I want to fucking do it. If it takes a little bit longer to accomplish the dreams and the goals that I want to, then so be it. But I know that me doing the things that I want to do the way that I want to do and not the way it's shown to be done correctly, quote unquote, I think that that's going to do me and you, the audience, a lot better. Just being able to be as authentic as I can, expressionate, be that artist, embrace the artist within me, you know? Seeing myself in front of a camera, like even just looking at myself, it's a little weird. I'm not used to it all that much. But in reality, Joan, this should be the most secure place. This is you. This is where you're supposed to be. This is where you put yourself. Like, this is supposed to be the place where you can just fully go. You're home here. This is where you belong. But I feel weird about it. And I don't like that. So, yeah, I've been unplugging from social media. And it's been quite interesting. It's been quite interesting. Not really worrying about what everyone else is doing. Experiencing everything around me a little bit more. Just being more present. Being more present to my own reality. And I really like it. They say, like, find role models around you. But a lot of the role models that we're finding now are all online. They're all on social media. They're all on the internet. So what is reality? It's very interesting. I was reading a book yesterday, The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. And I was reading this beforehand, and I was getting like pretty deep into it. Like I was like probably at a page 170 or something. And this time I wanted to try reading it again, but take notes while reading it, you know, so I can really captivate everything that was being said in the book and actually come to an understanding of what I read and not just read to read. And just trying to like summarize the first two chapters, I said, these two chapters explain how creativity lives within all of us, but only few are able to really tune into it at all times. To live as an artist, you have to be open to new ideas and information that are sent to you by God or the universe on purpose at a certain time. All of it at its time and all of it at its own purpose. Forget what you are thinking, forget what you think you know, and follow your curiosity and receive information and new ideas with joy. Feel the information sent to you and show it to others in your own way of art. You are an artist and a creator, and you create your own reality, your own world, and your own experience of how you live it. And that's what I wrote. You know, it's very, very simple. And I was just thinking that all this artificial stuff, all these distractions, all these ideas that are not my own are too distracting for me to really captivate myself and, like, you know what I mean? My true self. I don't know if I skipped any topics in this podcast episode. I really don't. I know I was talking about the shadow self, and I don't know if I finished that. So, I guess just to make up for it. Okay. The shadow self. I don't know if I finished it. The first one was the values, right? And I said some of those values: discipline, being respectful, being kind, never stealing, honor, you know, all that kind of stuff. Those are the values. I lost some of them, but I know I have them in me. So now it's just reinforcing those values within myself because no one else is doing it for me. And then the second shadow work question, the shadow work prompt that I did myself or answered was, how do you think your friends and family perceive you? And I thought to myself, it's funny that it's asking me that, because we're always told, don't worry about what anybody else tells you. Just focus on you. Focus on what you think. If you think it's right and you think it's the best way to go about it, follow your intuition. Follow your gut. That's it. You're telling yourself that for a reason. And the more and more I thought about that question, it wasn't really what your friends and family perceive of you. It has nothing to really do with them. It's more of how you think you perceive yourself. So I was like, how do I think my friends and family perceive me? Well, I don't know if you guys know, but I don't really talk to anybody. I don't really go out all that much. I haven't been talking to my friends all that often because I know they're busy. I know they got a lot of things on their plate too. I don't want to be, bothering them. And I know I need to be doing the things that I need to be doing. But yeah, I just know that they've been busy. I've been going through a lot myself. And one of the reasons that I haven't been going out as often with friends is because I'm not really proud. I wasn't really proud to show that version of myself where I am at, to be quite honest with you. Because it's like, I don't know. Now, like, the way my mentality has slowly been changing, I've been telling myself that I'm doing great, that I am proud of myself. Like, come on, don't be such a downer, But yeah, that state that I was in, it was more like, all this shit's happening. Everything just keeps happening. And I just have to go with the flow. I can't take too much time because then I'm just going to flow away and be taken by the current. So I would try to like focus on my stuff, but then something else comes up and something else comes up, or I get distracted on the internet with everyone else's lives. I was like, nah, dog. Like, I need to stop. I just need to chill. Yeah, I said that I don't really know what they think of me because I don't really talk to anybody anymore. But I remember when I used to actually talk to everybody, both my friends and my family. If I were to say the way that they would describe me, I think they would say I'm charismatic, that I'm kind and generous, and I'm strong. I'm very creative and artistic, talented, kind of crazy sometimes. I think most of the characteristics that I would use to describe myself from my friend's perspective, from my own perspective, if you get what I mean, they all seem pretty good. They all seem pretty positive. But then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, but I haven't seen. It's like your friends kind of reinforce your own view upon yourself in a way, because it's like how you act in front of them, that's what they perceive you as. And you kind of like feel it back at the same time. But I feel that I'm giving out this like negative emotion or frequency that it's like, I'm not really, like, I don't see myself all that confident anymore. I wasn't seeing myself. Yeah, confidence, the big one, especially when it came down to creating, because when you're creating something, you really want to be as confident as you can with every stroke of the brush. You want to be confident in your decisions because, yeah, it's your work. And it came down to the point where I was second guessing myself too much to where I didn't want to create anymore. And once you stop creating, man, you're practically killing yourself. You know, humans need to create on a daily basis. We are creating on a daily basis. The first thing it says in that book is that you're creating on a daily basis. Every human does. Every single day. Just from the moment that they wake up. Their own perception of what is. You know? I could wake up in this bed right here and think, oh, this is another day. It sucks. The weather is bad. The cat is meowing. Oh, I have to go make food. You know, like that negative, super nihilistic type of thinking. The one that never wants to do absolutely fucking anything. Or I could wake up with, all right, here we go. Another day. You know, weather's not the best, but still gonna enjoy it. The cat's meowing. She must be hungry. Let me go feed her. You know, it's your own perspective, your own perception, your own reality that you are creating on a daily basis. And just from thinking about that, of the reality that I was making myself live in, I feel sorry for myself in a way. It's like, why were you even thinking that way? You know the type of person you are. You're goal-oriented. You have huge dreams, big ideas, big actions that you always take. You succeed at the end of it. You find a way. You try your hardest. You never give up, bro. What's going on? So I started forgetting that little side about myself. And now I'm getting it back. But I want to do it better. I want to do me better. I want to do this podcast better. Like this podcast, it's cool, but I don't really know how to do it. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to sit in front of a camera again and just talk for a very long time. Or even sit in front of a camera and talk. Not even, you can cross out that last part about the very long time. Just sit and talk. Did someone arrive? No one arrived. I thought I saw a light like glare through someone's windshield or something, but no, we're chilling. But yeah, just sit here and be my authentic self in front of my camera because I didn't really know who I was or who I wanted the world to perceive me. But now, slowly and slowly coming out of this cocoon, coming out of this cocoon, I'm slowly and slowly learning to give less of a fuck what the entire world is going to think, because it's not real. This right here, me sitting in front of these cameras and being as present as possible, that's real. You know, me going out and hanging out with friends, these people are here, that's real. I feel like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you're looking at a shell of yourself. You know, just like you're here, but there's nothing in you. Like what happened to the flare? And that flare is being like reignited. But it's just so weird because I haven't been doing this in so long that I don't feel it natural. I don't feel it normal. It's like if you're about to eat vanilla ice cream, right? You're about to eat vanilla ice cream. You know what it tastes like. You tasted it before, but when you taste it, it tastes like something completely fucking different. You're like, what? That's not, no. This is weird. That's not the normal vanilla ice cream I know. Same thing. I'm not the normal Joan that I used to know. So many things went some other direction. So I guess I'm just learning again what it means to be a YouTuber, to be a broadcaster, to be a podcaster, to be a person, to be my own person. You know what I mean? The person who didn't care about having to go and train and lift those heavy weights. We looked forward to it. Hey, let's go to the gym. I'm down. Let's go to the gym. We go to the gym, get a good pump. I mean, look at this, bro. Look at this fucking bicep right now. I've been working out and it's inflated. I can feel the tension in my freaking arm. Look at that. Not the biggest because I got skinny, but I feel the pump, especially in this arm. This arm's fucking huge. But I feel the pump. I feel alive. The training has helped a lot. I haven't been going fully crazy like the first 2 days that I was doing, where I was like basically breaking myself, doing rolls, sweating, and I'd be like, and I just keep going, shadow boxing, and then I stop for like 2 seconds and like, nope, gotta keep going. And that's the mentality that I want to get to. That Joan, that confident Joan, the one that doesn't really give a fuck about anything else, the one that can just keep going and not worry about what's to come afterwards. Just knows that I want this. This is my wish. This is my idea. This is what I've got. This is the information I've received. Now I'm going to intake it and I'm going to get what I want from it. And that's what I'm doing here. These podcast episodes that you're going to see are going to be very, very rough, but I need them to be rough. I need them to be as rough as possible because I need that practice, that constant reinforcement within myself. It like gets you sometimes a little bit mad about yourself. Like, bro, what happened to you? I've told my girlfriend too. I'm like, oh, amor, like, me at like 10%. This is just like, I'm very dimmed. At least I feel like it. I feel like I'm very dimmed down compared to how I was back then. But no, I'm a fucking, like, I don't know how to explain it. And even that, like right there, when I go like this, I stop myself from expressing completely in a way. But yeah, I'm like a huge flare, ready to fucking burst. But you've been trying to put it in a jar because that's the safest way for everyone else around you. My microphone cut out again. Yeah, this whole mechanism with this cable, not gonna work. I think I might have to actually go back and do the podcasts over there in the actual like studio rather than in my room, because that's the third time I've unplugged the microphone by accident and I cannot have that happening. But yeah, I just been reminding myself of who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? Being principled again, sticking to those principles that I raised myself on, that I was raised on. It's kind of disappointing, because I feel like things could have gone a lot different, but I was constantly just getting fucked with, and I don't want to put myself in that victim mentality, but it's more of an empathetic thing, Everything else gets fucked with, but I want to go and make sure that everything else is good. Everything else is fixed. But I'm trying to fix me, the inner self, my shadow self. Really get to understand who the fuck I am again. And I hope that in these podcast episodes that you see upcoming, you get to see me be more present, more in tune with my own tune, in that frequency that I want to be in. Because, yeah, I haven't really been happy with myself and the person that I was. Gonna be practicing the laws of the universe, manifestation and all that, because I did believe a lot in that. And I don't know, like, it just made sense. Prayer, manifesting, really asking and wanting things and putting your all into receiving them. I'm telling you, I was dull. Oh, there's a mosquito in here. No, mosquito. Fucking mosquito. Oh, I smacked it. Yeah, I was really like just dull out and just filled with a bunch of information that made me feel full but not fulfilled. You know what I mean? Again, it's like you overate. It really is that. You overate and now you feel sick. You feel like you can barely move. I said, fuck that. Dude, this mosquito's gonna mess me up. Go into a spider web or something. But yeah, I have a lot of positive thoughts, or I have a good feeling of what's to come. I just need to put that practice in. Because with everything that I've done and everything in life that everyone has done, you only get good at things if you practice them. And here with podcasting is the same exact thing. I want to be good. I want to be really, really good at this shit. But I haven't put in any practice behind it. I've done episodes in the past with people, and I expect them to be like at the level of some of the greatest podcasters on earth because I see them doing it and they do it now and they're always doing great, and it's just what they're feeding you, but it's not the reality of what it is. I'm trying to be able to at least be close to that, you know, in my own way. But I keep comparing myself to fucking 1 million podcasts that randomly pop up on my social media that have nothing to do with what I'm living, you know? And if they do, it's only 1 minute. You don't know what happens at the end of the story. I heard this today. It's like every single hero, like if they, especially in the newer movies with like the high school and the teenage stuff and all that stuff, the young person, you see like a snippet of their story. You see them succeed. They go through something super hard. They find a way to overcome that challenge. And then after that, they beat and overcome that challenge and they win and they feel victorious and they're achieved and fulfilled and they leave into the sunset and you never see them again. And you just expect that the rest of their life is fine and dandy. That's what we're left with. But that's not the reality of what life is. I'm just trying to take more time to acknowledge what's real in front of me and what's real to me and the reality of me. I know that some of y'all might be thinking like, oh, this guy's fucking crazy. This guy's lost it or some shit like that. But again, it's one of those things that you shouldn't really care about. It's what you gotta do. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm doing it right compared to somebody else, but I'm doing it. It's practice. All right. I think I'm going to stop it there. Sorry for rambling too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode. If you guys are thinking some of these things that I'm thinking, especially with the whole COVID shit, I don't really like putting too much emphasis on COVID because it's become a political situation too. And that's what they always do to make you not talk about things. They use the term politics. So, yeah, I don't really like talking about it, but in all reality, that shit, it like took away 2 years of just like limbo states, probably more, I would say. Not like 2 or 3 years. I'm barely coming out of that limbo state, but I'm gonna be trying my hardest to start this new era, this new stage volume of myself, to do it as best as possible. Because that person that I was slowly becoming, but at the same time deteriorating into, is not the person that I am. I'm not shy. I'm not timid. I'm not unconfident. I don't second guess everything. I'm proud. In all reality, the shit that I've done is fucking impressive as hell. I just haven't been looking. I've been looking at everyone else, but not myself. So that's what I'm doing here. You know, I'm not looking at social media on these influencers that are having a great life. I'm looking at the ones around me, not on my phone. I wish It's because the entire world's like on social media. You know, that's the way the world works. That's where everyone gets their information. That's where, you know, all these things happen. If you're not on social media, you're missing out. You're out of the loop. But I don't really want to be in that loop either. You know, I want to be in my own loop. I want to start my loop. I want to really get to know the loop that I'm in. Because they're really, I know people say that they don't like being in a loop, but you're always in a loop. You're always in a loop. That's the cycle. Everything, that's another law of the universe, that everything is in a cycle. I forgot which one it is out of the few that I was studying. Again, I got to study my laws of the universe. But yeah, everything's a cycle. Everything that goes around comes around. You know what I mean? What goes up, what comes, no, that's the opposite. That's another fucking law that I'm saying. But yeah, everything's the cycle of life. You're always on a loop, but it's up to you to determine the loop that you want to be a part of. So choose wisely. And I'm choosing my loop, and I'm going to really understand this loop as much as I can. Really get good at being in my own loop. And yeah, I just want to be normal again. I want to be my normal self again. Not really worry about anything else. Not worry about what other people are thinking. And it's only my 3rd day of being without social media. So yeah, I only expect big things. I'm already learning a lot more, or at least I feel it, that I don't really have to worry about like anything else that's going on in the world. It's just me at home, creating, thinking, discovering, just within myself. So yeah, thank you for watching episode 2. I don't think I'm gonna call him Mornings with Joan. I think I'll just call him like Kickback with Joan instead. You know, so it's just me. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys happen to enjoy, like and subscribe. If you guys are on audio listening platforms or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, come over to YouTube. We have a video version. I'm taking it super simple, guys. Like, I'm going down to the basics of where in reality you start. You don't start off in some huge studio with these huge expectations of getting everything there at your demand at once. What's instant gratification? That's not real. This right here, this is not. Look at that. Look, did you see how fucking weird that was? Like, look at this. You're being brainwashed. You're being brainwashed. You're being brainwashed. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Scared the fuck out of you, huh? But yeah, that's it. I'm coming out of my cocoon. I'm becoming a butterfly. As cheesy as it sounds, I missed myself. You know, I missed the person that I was. I was being this person for everything else, but yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to keep training, to keep learning, to stay focused, to learn discipline, to be more talented, more creative, more artistic. I'm excited to gain money. Back then, even back then, I got money. Like, I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. I'm gonna finish off with this. Okay, for real, I'm gonna finish off with this. After this story, I'm gonna stop. I was talking to my dad yesterday, and I was telling him, because he was telling me that since he was a kid, he was always looking for something to do. He was always around fighting. He said that he wanted to be a fighter in high school. You know, when he was in wrestling, he wanted to just continue training and be in the UFC one day. He said, no, mijo, if I was in the UFC, I would have been whooping Demetrius Johnson's ass. And Henry Cejudo too. Me la pela. And I'm like, oh yeah? He's like, oh yeah, mijo. Back then, mijo, like nothing. Like my body, I was fast, mijo. Like I would have been up there with those guys. And just hearing my dad say those things, it's like, damn, this guy really believed a lot within himself. You know, it sounds fucking crazy. Like, oh yeah, sure, everyone's gonna doubt it. But if you have that belief within yourself, like you could have gone and done it. I believe that he could have gone and done it. Like if my dad had kept training and everything just allowed him to train and just keep going, I feel like he could have been in the UFC and going one-on-one with fucking Demetrius Johnson. That would have been insane. But he was telling me that he's always had these traits since he was a kid. And he's like, money, I used to always make money, mijo. Like now, I'm just fucking lazy. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't like to work. I don't like working at all. Working sucks. It's hard. It's hot. I'm tired. My body hurts. I don't like working at all. I did not miss it. I took a break for like 2 years or a year or something. I don't really know the timeline. But he took a break. He took a break from working. And now that I'm back, I really don't want to do it. But in reality, it's what I've always done. It's what I've always been doing. And I was like, He's like, money I used to make singing in the bus in Mexico or selling shit to people. I'm like, I was selling candy in elementary school. He's like, yeah, mijo. I'm like, now that I think about it, there was nobody else in my elementary school selling candy. I was making money off of these kids in my class, dog. Shit. And then I didn't do that in middle school. I did it in high school. Telling you, I'd come home $120 a day. Fuck. Selling it to all the people in my class. People went to work afterwards. Shit. I sold money during school. I was always a go-getter. I want it, I go get it. You know? I thought of that myself in that mentality. Like, man, I've always been doing shit that nobody else is doing. But now I'm trying to do shit that everyone else is doing. And that's not me. I'm too open to the entire world. Again, how I said in the book, artists are super open. They're super sensitive to frequencies and information. So they intake all that information super fucking fast. Or on a deeper level, they're super empathetic. They feel it more. So sometimes they have to close off receiving information because it was harmful. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna read that. Rick Rubin, you were on some shit, dog. You were reading some shit. Hold on, what did it say? It. Let's see. Okay, it says right here. Many artists first develop a sensitive antenna not to create art, but to protect themselves. They have to protect themselves because everything hurts more. They feel everything more deeply. As artists, it is our job to draw down this information, transmute it, and share it. We are all translators for messages from this universe We are all translators for the messages the universe is broadcasting. The best artists tend to be the ones with the most sensitive antenna to draw in the energy resonating at a particular moment. Many great artists develop sensitive antenna not to create art but to protect themselves. That they have to protect themselves because everything hurts more. They feel everything more deeply. Yeah. I have to protect myself. I don't want to feel literally everything in the world happening at once. I just want to chill and do what I like to do. So, yeah. I feel like I don't know, human. The word human feels so right to say. Human. You know, I'm not eating too much junk food. I'm exercising again. I'm not using the microwave. Like every once in a while. Like I probably use the microwave one time this month. I'm eating better. Now I'm getting detached from social media. I'm really getting unplugged. So that's why sometimes I could feel like a lot's going on. Because you're removing yourself from what you thought is reality to go and focus and create your own. So it's going to be a little bit scary. It's not going to be a pleasant experience. But when it's all done, you will come out and be the beautiful prince you were always meant to be. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys happen to enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys are listening on any audio listening platforms, make sure to come to YouTube. There is a video version of this. I'm just sitting in my room this time. I don't know if I'll switch it up next time, but I have this microphone like this connected to my laptop. I'm going to be using this for now, just so I can, easy access to recording. And yeah, other than that, keep trying your best. Remember, take some time for yourself. Don't be overly distracted by social media, by overstimulating your brain. Focus on what's real and learn to enjoy your life. Learn to enjoy what you got, and don't be afraid to ask God or the universe for more, because trust me when I tell you, God knows that you deserve this. It's kind of sad to think that we often think we don't deserve things. We deserve the most. We deserve everything. God, think about that. You don't ever think that God says, you really think I made you to feel bad about yourself? You think I put that spirit, that soul within you to feel bad about yourself and think that you don't deserve anything? That's not me. That's not who I made you to be. I didn't make you to not like yourself. I didn't make you to think that you're not worthy of receiving big things, big dreams, big goals. You deserve the world. You deserve everything that you want. Keep asking me for help, and I'll help you get there. I'm listening. I'm working. So now you have to listen, and you have to work too. So you can share my thought and your thought and be able to receive all of the work that we worked for, make it pay off in a way. Yep. All right. I'll stop rambling. I'll let you guys go. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. Don't know what I'll be talking about next time, but hey, I'll get used to it. I'll get better at it. I'm just hoping this microphone doesn't unplug again someday. See ya. I'm done. All right. I'll stop talking. For real. I'm done. All right. Putting the microphone down. I'm stopping. Okay. Okay. Bye.